There is no better feeling than sitting comfortably in your own home. Um, Still new to this YouTube stuff. I don't know, but I just like I don't know. I like talking into a camera. I like vlogging my things. So who knows? Maybe I might keep doing this, but I don't know. I find this fun. Um, I wanted to talk about how we view progress, what we see progress as, like what the perspective of progress should be versus how I sometimes view progress. So over the past couple of months, I've started to really try to desensitize myself from my phone. Just get off of my phone more and be more present in my life. What inspired that was I got my grades back from some of my classes and I didn't like them one bit. Was not impressed, was not happy. I was turning things in late. I was not doing the best work that I could. I was struggling in my classes. I was getting you know, just grades that I didn't want, grades that I knew I could do better at. Um, so I started to think, what are some ways I can do better in these classes? Because I'm always showing up, I'm always there in class. So it's like, so why am I struggling? Homework. I wasn't doing enough of it. I wasn't studying enough outside of my class, outside of class times. And that got me thinking, well then how can I study better? Because I felt like I was studying a lot, but then I really dug deep and I was just like, no, I'm not studying enough. So why am I not studying enough? I'd always come back from I figured I'd always come back from workouts, feeling tired, from, eating dinner, feeling full. And I would always lay down and scroll on my phone for a little bit. But a little bit turned into 2 to 3 hours of my evenings where I could have spent those hours studying. Once I figured out that I was super addicted to my cell phone because I didn't really know how to socialize with people all that well. I didn't because I was just on my phone all the time whenever there were people around me. There were people that I didn't really know so well that I've always wanted to get to know better, but I'd be busy scrolling on my phone. I'd be busy being anxious and letting my social anxiety take over. I'd be busy just not involving myself in conversations. So I started this thing that I call the purge, where every morning, instead of bringing my phone to breakfast, I left it in my room. Sometimes I bring a Bible, sometimes I read a book, sometimes I just go over with myself what the day is going to look like. And I got to say, it's been a difficult process because here's what's happened. I mean, well, it hasn't been crazy difficult. And it's kind of made me feel like a kid again. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. It's really weird. I got myself a landline. Now you might be thinking, Will, this is weird as hell. Yes, it definitely is really strange for a 19-year-old to have a landline. I mean, you ever walk into a college dorm and you just see a landline sitting there? You just see a home phone sitting in the room. You'd be thinking, that's really weird. Well, at least, well, not really weird, but you get the point. It's not normal. But what happened was, I walked into one of my good friends' dorms and saw that he had a landline. And I was like, what the hell? What is that doing there? And so I asked him about it. I'm like, why? His name's also Will. And I was like, Will, why do you have a landline? And he said, well, because it's a more fun way to call people. And I don't know why, I have always been a landline geek. I can never really explain that to any of you. I just did. Like my grandma literally gave me her dead home phones as gifts when I was a kid, and I somehow liked them. I still can't explain it to this day. But that got me thinking, you know, maybe I should get one. And it's like, nah, there's no real reason to get it. There's no real reason to have a landline right now. It's just not going to be useful. Just forget it. But then I had this eureka moment in my brain. My brain clicked. And I was just like, hey, wait a minute. You're trying to get off of your phone more often. You know how the new phones like link up to your cell phone? You should get one of those. Boom. I started to, because I don't know, I like to use them. I like to use landlines again because I'm a geek. I can't explain why, but that helped because I wanted to get off my phone more. I'd be like, I've socialized with my friends today. I've um, done my schoolwork. I've eaten plenty. I'm pretty tired right now, but I don't want to scroll on my phone. Hey, look at this thing over here. Have you called your buddy in a while? Have you talked to him? Have you called your aunt? Have you called your grandma? You called your parents? Why don't you give them a call? So what I'm trying to say is that's when I was making a lot of progress. Is because I made a smart decision and I got myself a landline. And it connects to my cell phone. So now I can literally place my phone upstairs. This is going to, like, there's a setting where this announce texts, this announce calls. So that helped a lot with me making progress on being off of my cell phone more and, you know, eventually a lot more other, things fell in line. Like I started to hang out with my friends a lot more. I got a lot more joy out of hanging out with my friends at college. I would be way more productive with my time. I clean up my room more. I clean out my sheets more. I would just try to be a lot more productive with my life because I would see these reels that say scrolling and being on your phone literally takes years off your life. And you can make the argument that I'm on my phone right now. And you'd be right because this is being recorded on a phone. But I like vlogging and I'm not scrolling. I'm literally talking into a camera. So this has been a whole bunch of yapping. I know. But flash forward to now. I'm at home. I'm not as busy as I used to be back when I was at school. I still have work, I still run, I still hang out with my friends, but I still have a lot of open time in my house. So it's been hard and it's really challenged my mindset. It's really challenged what I think of progress, because I'm just like, I'm on my phone a lot right now. I don't feel like I'm making any progress whatsoever. I feel like I'm going back. But how it challenged the way I think, what I think of what progress should be. Because I felt like I was relapsing. But here's the thing. I was aware. I was aware of what I was doing. And a lot of these times when I would figure out that I was like scrolling and too addicted to my phone some days, I'd be like, okay, no, put that down. Let's go do something. That's the difference. That's the difference that between the version of myself in the past and the version of myself in the future, of right now. The version of myself in the past would be like scrolling and never aware of how much time it takes up. Now I still sometimes do that. I've done it more often now because I'm back home and I have a lot more free time on my hands that I don't really know what to do with all the time. So it's challenged me. I'm just like, I'm not making any progress whatsoever. It's like, no, you are, because you're aware of it. and you're still putting your phone down when you feel like you're on it too much. You're still putting it down. You're still finding ways to be productive with your time. Like literally yesterday was the 4th of July, and I spent almost the entire day with my friends. Not on my phone whatsoever. I mean, I would bring my phone to the beach, but that was literally only to play sea shanties while we were making a sand civilization, as my friend Ben would call it. It was literally a sand civilization. But that's also another thing, as I'm trying to detach myself from my cell phone. It's like, you can still use it. You still kind of need it, you know? Like, I need my cell phone for my landline to work. I need my cell phone to play music. Like I was just playing music, cleaning my kitchen, on my speaker. I was playing music on my speaker while we were building the sand civilization at the beach yesterday. We needed my friend's phone for directions, but not mine. But you know what I'm trying to say. I've realized that progress is not it's not like you're going up all the time. Progress isn't this, right? A perfect line going up. It's that. You'll have your good days, and you'll have your bad days too. And that goes the same for just everything in your life. But I mean, I just thought to myself that, it's a good way to think of it when I'm trying to, when I'm in the process of the purge, when I'm in the process of getting off of my phone more. You'll have your bad days, you'll have your bad weeks. But the important thing is that you find a way to bounce back. You find a way to understand that, hey, this is not going to be perfect. I've been on my cell phone for so long, for years at this point. So there may be a day where I'm back with old habits. But the important thing is that you understand that at the end of the day, you still want to achieve that goal. You're still fighting to achieve the goal of being off of your phone less and less as the days go by. Because there are going to be some days where you relapse, some weeks where you relapse too. It's not going to be perfect. And that has been tough for me to come to grips with. Because those of you that know me, I'm a perfectionist. I want to do everything to the best of my ability, like I talked about in the last video. But, it's hard to realize that it's not going to be perfect. But newsflash, the world is not black and white. It's pretty gray. So not everything is going to be perfect all the time. And I hope that this video challenges the way that you think about how you make progress, how you define what progress is in your daily life. Because I'll tell you what, it's certainly challenged the way I think. I think God has definitely challenged the way I think about progress by throwing all these obstacles at me. But that's the thing. You have to accept certain things about yourself in your life. Like I had to accept that I was a screenager in order to make progress of desensitizing myself from my phone. I guarantee yesterday I would have probably been on my phone when I was sitting doing a little bit of tanning with my buddies. But because of all the progress I made, I was too busy soaking in the moment with my buddies. I mean, fair enough, I'd be on my phone like once or twice to check and see what my parents were saying, since they're in Italy and they're coming back soon and they had a bit of troubles with their flights. So those were some of the reasons I was. But I mean, other than that, all of that progress showed yesterday. My friends were sitting at the dinner table, while we were eating sometimes. Well, not while we were eating, but, you get the point. My friends were sitting with us, and 3 out of 4 of us were on our phones, had our phones at the table. Or 2 out of 4, I think. I don't know. But 2 out of 4 of us also weren't on our phones. I was one of them. And I used to be on my phones all on my phone all the time when I was around my friends. So the important lessons of this video that I want you guys to understand is that progress is not perfect. Progress is like life. It's bumpy. You know? It's not easy. It gets really hard at times. It's not perfect whatsoever. So, I hope this video challenges the way you think about that, about how you make progress. I'm probably gonna not do a ton of well, maybe I will do more videos like this, but where I'm kind of just I don't know. I like talking like this. I do. So, do me a favor, share this with a friend. Let me know in the comments what you think progress is like, the way you think of progress. Share this with a friend. Maybe have them share with another friend. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Just spread the message. Progress isn't perfect, and I hope you view it as such. Thank you.